vibrational good only. Please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. So relax. Let's just fluff up this energy and just check in with you. Give you some encouraging messages so that you feel loved. Lovely, lovely, lovely love. Lovely, 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 lovely love. So that you feel safe, secure, and everything's gonna be okay. So as I'm working on you energetically, I often may say a joke here or there. Oftentimes they don't really land. That's okay, because I'ma still do it. And whatever comes up, comes up. And the connection I've been floating with has a lot to do with the unknown. We call it our spiritual path, or your life purpose, or faith, or hope, or belief, or whatever you want to call it, the unknown. And to understand that no matter what you're going through, there's always something bigger than you that is flowing exactly as it needs to flow. So it doesn't matter if you're up or down, there's still something that is holding you in place, will catch you wherever you need to land, that is bigger and wider than what you could ever imagine or expand upon. And so we each have our own understanding of what that is, and that's beautiful. I say all the time, this is a place where we coexist. So you bring what you connect to, and that's your business. So what it is that you do connect to, believe and trust in it deeply. Trust in the infinite wisdom that resonates with you. Take new pursuits. Follow new paths and move in a direction that's best for you. And sometimes you have to do that when not everything is as perfect as you would want it to be. Sometimes you have to do that with challenge or obstacle. Sometimes the obstacles are internal rather than external. Whatever that is for you, connect with it deeply and see through this moment, cleansing through, wiping through, removing all that excess baggage that is no longer serving you sweetness. Lovely, 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 lovely love, sweetness. And just move through that. Move through that. Move through that. Move through that. When we look at ourselves as a species, Homo sapiens, we've been around for about 200,000 years. That's almost 7,000 generations. Can you believe that? It's a lot of generations. And each generation has their own understanding of the unknown, revered and held as so precious. What is yours? And the things that were important to each generation has changed over time, with some foundational things like security, whether that is physical security, moment in time and putting stories to their purpose and what their purpose is. About, breathe in and out here, about 10,000 years ago, we as a species did something really amazing. We started to cultivate the land, so we started to have agriculture. Prior to that, people would have to go search for food, and there was a lot of uncertainty, but that planting roots and being able to harvest created the foundation for what we see now as civilizations. So we have all of these great civilizations that we think of as so old. We go into the Commission text, which we look at as Egypt, and as you hear many people referring to the pantheon there, or the gods and the goddesses, and that actually is a recent phenomenon. Can you imagine the evolution of people at that time? That their ancestors 10,000 years before couldn't even fathom having the free time to build a society. Now, taking that all the way into the future now, to where we are in this present day, what's important to us? A lot of people want to leave their mark, their legacy, to change, to be an impact for the future. That is a relatively new experience within the universe. For generations and generations, people have lived just to make it through the day. But now, you're at a different experience. So your understanding of the unknown should support your new experience. So I'm saying all of this to say, I took you down a whole rabbit hole history lesson to say, when you feel anxious, or you feel depressed, or you feel like things are not going your way, understand that there is a bigger journey out there. That sometimes things aren't as bad as they may feel. And if you can just take a step back and look at the species as a whole, you'll start to notice that the things that are problems to you probably aren't that important to your soul's work in the long term. We've been doing the same things probably as a species internally, and with each new generation we just give it a new name. And for these generations we call that struggle anxiety, we call it depression, we call it this internal battle. But you are in control. You do decide what you experience. And you have the power to create an environment that supports you, supports your path, gives you the support system you need. Because those that are there to help are very important, as well as you don't just have to be a bystander to this experience. You in fact have so much more resources available to you. You can do anything. And when we remove the limitations, you start to realize, all the stuff you're worried about, not a big deal. And you start to focus on the bigger picture instead of just focusing in the short-sighted view. Look at the long view. What is this chapter of your life telling you? What is it creating? What is it setting the foundation for? Breathe in and out and pull more energy into your body. Release and let go of anything that needs to be flushed out. You are becoming new. You are becoming different. You are becoming refreshed. You are becoming refreshed. You are seeing things from a new perspective. And when you have the ability to see something from a new perspective, you're able to see new opportunities. And those new opportunities lead to new outcomes. So babies, if 7,000 generations of our species figured it out, I strongly believe you can figure it out. If 7,000 generations of our species made it through with worse living conditions, I strongly believe you can make something really beautiful. Instead of comparing yourself to others or looking through the lens of life through others, look within yourself. What does your soul want this life? As well as, what do you want in general? That takes time. There's no instant gratification. You know, sometimes with this age of instant gratification, we get everything so quickly. It feels like we're getting everything we want, but that's actually not true. Because there's still a lot of things we can't get instantly. You can't get your family to love you instantly. You can't get an instant love in the mail. You can't be instantly rich and famous. Though it may look like it, they're really not. They're probably more famous than they are rich. You can't instantly know everything about everything at one time. But yet, we have learned to accept that there are other things that are much more important, that really aren't that important, but because we can get them instantly, we think it's a big deal. And then we lose sight of the fact that the things that we truly want can never be instant. They take time. So understand that the journey you're at and you're on right now is one little notch on the road. But just one little notch on the road. But set your journey for wider. Start thinking about years from now and be realistic. Sometimes that journey just looks like that. You know? And that's okay. That's okay. But once you get